Jared, if you want to just take us through, we apologize for the technical difficulties from last game. What was the score?
It was 3-2 Ohio Valley over North Carolina. Ohio Valley putting together a great campaign, knocking off an undefeated North Carolina team to end pool play in Group A. And now we turn our sights to a great New England squad taking on Southeast, who has had a tough time through pool play so far. As technical difficulties, a lot of rain, everything getting wet, and lost power for a split second, but everything is back up and it's going. And hopefully everybody from the Southeast to New England will chime in and watch this game.
Yeah, of course, as for Southeast pitching for today will be number 9, Ryan Barker, nicknamed Duct Tape.
You ever wonder how you get nicknames like that?
Yeah, I love this. Their entire lineup card's got a whole thing of nicknames, so I mean we're going to be calling them out throughout the broadcast. Should be a fun one today.
New England, number 5, Will Weiss.
So it looks like Will Weiss will be leading things off here for the New England squad. Top of the first inning, no one on, no runs, no outs. And the first pitch is a strike in there. Weiss will take that for 0-1. So Weiss again now with the 0-1 delivery. That one taken low, it's 1-1. So Ryan Barker, see if he can have a clean first inning. That one taken on the inside, brushing Weiss back just a little bit.
Yeah, for Southeast, 0-2, New England 1-1, battling Idaho for that second spot. Alabama looks to win Group C later today as they're 2-0.
Barker with the delivery, that one again taken low. So it's quickly 3-1 here for Weiss. Of course, Barker asking for a new baseball. It's a wet, muggy day out here in Alabama. Not hot, but
it doesn't matter. I don't like either one of those.
So currently 3-1 count here with no outs. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties of last game. But Ohio Valley held on that one, defeating North Carolina by a score of 3-2. So the 3-1 pitch on its way. Weiss a little tardy, but fouling that one off just to get a piece of it, as he'll run the count full to 3-2.
First batter of the game and already a full count situation for both teams.
That'll be a ground ball to the right side. Fielded by the first base. It's a matter of who can beat who. Now it's Hudson Tone to make the play at first.
Next up in the lineup, Jacob Honor.
So Jacob Honor now. The lefty for the New England team. Stepping in the box against Barker. Here with 1 out in the top of the first inning. That ball scraping the chalk on the inside half of the plate for ball 1. So again now the 0-1 delivery. Taken high for ball 1. That was ball 2, excuse me. So the 2-0 count. That'll be a strike on the outside half of the plate. A good take there by Honor. Wanting just to see if Barker can give him a strike.
Yeah, that's not a bad look right there. It's just a tough one, and sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't.
So the pitch on its way, a big swing and a miss there from Honor. As he'll watch the count run to 2-2. So the pitch from Barker on its way. That one sailing just outside. As Honor will run the count to 3-2 here with 1 out in the top half of this first inning. 0-0 score. With no base runners early on in this game. Nowhere to Put him here. A big swing and a miss as Parker gets his man for the out number 2. A swinging strikeout there as Honor goes down.
Next up,
And so
number
far,
12.
Southeast also a great start.
Roy Dulis.
That same Rodewis is coming up for New England.
It's kind of interesting. Names all around the country. We're kind of getting accustomed to everyone around here.
Yeah, my Alabama brain can't take some of these names.
Oh, delivery on its way here with 2 outs as they'll take that one low. Rodulis getting his first action today. He's the 3-hole hitter. With the 0-1 delivery on its way. Excuse me, 1-0 delivery. They'll have a big cut there to bring the count even to 1-1. Barker now again with the 1-1 and misses down low. So New England still looking for their first base runner of the game. A big swing, ground ball to the left side. In with it is Feltz. And that one hitting Rudy Yolis in the back side. It looks like on the peg over there to first.
Yeah,
so record him with a base hit, but he is down.
Yeah, the first baseman missed a throw over from third, and it looks like it caught him right on the back. A little bit of a stinger. Hopefully he's okay. Looking to walk that one off. Well, you know, head manager over there. Give him a pat on the back. Hopefully not on that spot that he got hit. And he'll take his base at first.
On the lineup,
hopefully
number
not where he got
27,
hit, yeah.
Josh Martino.
But regardless, that'll be New England's first base runner of the game. And Roy Dulis. So now up to bat is Josh Martino. Martino, the 4-hole hitter, will take strike 1 on the inside half the plate. Joe Carullo, head coach of New England, looking for his team to do some damage here in the top half of the It looks like Rudulis will take second as he steals a base.
Great base running right there by Rudulis. And Martino now has the runner in scoring position, and taking a big first inning lead can do wonders, especially with the current weather situation.
So Barker so far recording the first 2 outs of this game, doing a good job of it, making easy work of these New England hitters as he will strike out the second batter of the inning for New England. As New England will strand 1 on base here, going into the bottom half of the first inning. Current score 0-0. It's New England and the Southeast team.
I'll give you an update.
Yeah.
Let me give you an update what's going on over on field 2. That game just ended. That was the earlier game, Pacific Southwest and Middle Atlantic. That game is over, as Pacific Southwest will win 11-1 over Middle Atlantic. So over in Group B, Pacific Southwest will get what we think is going to be the 2 seed in that group. There's a 3-way tie, and we'll see how tiebreakers work out. But we'll try to figure that out as soon as possible.
And it was interesting because this is a similar situation in Group A, especially with last game. And how we have now 2 teams at the top at 2-1, and just kind of seeing how things get worked out here in pool play. It's a 16-team tournament. As thunder roars over the field, the umpires pretend like they don't hear it. I don't blame them. I want to get this game in.
You gotta wonder at some point they're gonna say, "All right, we gotta end this."
But nevertheless, the game will continue. So it's really just a wet day here. Not too hot. It looks like now about 70 degrees here in Phenix City.
Bringing the heat for New England, we'll have Jason Sula.
So Jason Sula, the new pitcher now. Or excuse me, not new pitcher, the starting pitcher for the New England squad.
Just want to take a look at how this bracket is going to shake out. And we're getting ready for bracket play tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. As obviously you're looking at Group C with New England and Alabama, Idaho, and Southeast. And currently New England sitting in that 2 spot in Group C. And they will get, it looks to be they will get Southwest tomorrow if they can hold on to that spot. And that's going to be one of the first games that kicks off on this field if New England can hold on to that 2 spot.
At the top of the lineup, number 18 for the Rockville All-Stars, John Foreigner.
So of course, due up for the Southeast team will be Foreigner, Free, and Tony. So Fourier, nicknamed Wheels, it makes sense if he's the leadoff guy here, playing center field for this Southeast team as he'll take ball 1 down low. So Jason Sulo, your starting pitcher for the New England squad, looking for his first strike of the game. As Fournier will watch that one sail low once again and around the same spot. So 2-0 count here in the bottom half of this first inning. It's a 0-0 ball game.
And Sulo already trying to just dry his hands off of his pants. It's going to be a long day for all these pitchers.
The 2-0 down low once again. John Fournier, nicknamed Wheels. I'm pretty sure you don't want him leading off this inning and getting on base if you are New England. So the 3-0 pitch now on its way as they'll take that one for the first strike of the game for the New England squad. In there, it's 3-1. So Fournier looking to get on base any way he can, whether that's a walk or a hit. Show bunt, and they'll take that for strike 2. From 3-0 now back to 3-2 here with no outs in the bottom half of this first inning. Sula will see if he can get his man. 3-2 on the way, and that'll be ball 4 in the dirt there. Brearley had a tough time finding that one, but still no advancement. So
next up, number 22,
Jason Fournier.
Luke Fry.
So Luke Fry's coming up, and based on what I saw from a couple of games from Fry himself, he's also fast, and he's deceptively very good at hitting. He can really put some power behind the bat.
Luke Fry, nicknamed Small Fry, of course spelled differently.
Makes sense.
As he'll watch that one go by him. It's 0-1 here. So Luke Fry with his bat resting on his shoulders quickly puts it up again and awaiting the 0-1, excuse me, and fouls that one off.
Fry digging deep, going low in the zone, and that's probably what we're going to start seeing out of a lot of the pitchers throughout this kind of wet games that we're playing. They're going to be going low, and they're going to hope that, you know, the wet field slows the ball down and they can get some ground ball outs.
So Luke Fry waits the 0-2 and watches that sail just a bit outside there. But a good pitch from Sulo.
Go on, Jason.
So Luke Fry awaits the 1-2. Pitch on its way, just fouled off. A good pitcher's pitch there, and he spoils that one. Sulo really working down and in the zone.
All right, Jason, get him here now.
Got a 1-2 count, and I would expect him to continue to just start going low to the zone.
So Fry now with the 1-2 again, and looks at that one low. It's 2-2.
It's going to be nothing but that. I mean, the umps may have to crouch down a little bit lower throughout the rest of this day because that's all you're going to be seeing so far out of both of these teams.
That's my color partner, Jared Dillard. I'm Aiden Kowalski here on this wet afternoon here in Phenix City, Alabama. Now with the 2-2 pitch on its way, fouled off once again. So Fry putting up a great fight here.
A little bit higher.
Lurking at first base is Fournier.
Jason, concentrate on the mitt. Right for the glove, Jace.
Zulia with the delivery again. And that one way back and hitting the backstop as the runner will advance. So Fournier will take second on that wild pitch.
All it is to take second. Now you're looking at a full count pitch. And it's hard to hit low in the zone. And the last thing you want to have is a bottom of the first inning. Runners on first and second and no outs.
So Sulo going from 0-2 now back to 3-2. Luke Fry putting up a good at-bat here. As that's a high fly ball to right field, but camped under it is Collins, and he will make the catch. And tagging from second is Forning, and he will make it, sliding into third base. So a productive out there from Fry.
And Wheels on third base. Next up, we have
Here with 1 out.
number 7, Hudson the Truck 2.
So now the 3-hole hitter for the Southeast team. It'll be Hudson Toon, nicknamed Truck. Delivery on its way, that one sailing just a bit inside here with 1 out in the bottom half of this first inning.
And for Southeast, it's just so important to just try to get these runs as early as possible because late in the game, just have trouble of trying to get runs across the plate.
So the Southeast team threatening to score here in the first inning. Sulo with the delivery, that one hitting the backstop. And Fortner coming home, the plate, and he'll be safe. So the Southeast team with first blood here in the first inning. Toon with the RBI, he really didn't have to do much there.
Didn't do much. I mean, let Mother Nature take its course. That's definitely what Sulo and the rest of these pitchers are going to be finding out soon. Is that, honestly, at this point, it's not whether or not I can find a strike zone. It's I'm going to throw it, and I'm going to just see where it lands.
Wherever it goes, it goes. There's really no determining with this weather.
And you
The
know,
umpire just trying to wipe off home plate there, man. It is muddy.
he's going to need a mop, not a brush. He's doing his best. Tip your cat to the ump.
He's doing a good job. Now
They're doing the best they
appreciate it.
can. Well, we got some paper towels out here.
Now this
Hopefully-
is something I haven't seen before.
Now, hopefully, it's a good brand, not the dollar store brand. Then again, I guess we can't be too picky right now.
I have never seen this before.
Usually, it's because they're not playing at this point.
The umpire doing all he can just to keep home plate clean. And my goodness, you could eat a 4-course meal off that thing now. Home plate nice and clean. It's 2-0. Here to Toon. So Sulo now seeing if he can throw a strike and get back in this thing. Will miss inside for ball 3.
And the tough part is, that whole time Sulo just stood on the mound, and he's just getting drenched, hands getting wet. I mean, they're going to start needing some quarterback towels out there for the pitchers.
See if he can get back in this count. He'll throw a strike. That one grooving it down the middle. As Sulo now right back in this thing. It's 3-1 with 1 out. Toon's still looking for his pitch to hit. And what's nice is he can still be picky, especially with no one on here. As he'll take a ball high. And yet again, the Southeast team has yet another runner on base.
Next up,
It's
number
hard.
13.
Quite simply, it's just hard to throw the pitch right now.
So now Aiden Foster up. Hey, I like that name.
Oh no.
I still take the first one in the dirt low for ball 1.
Yeah, for Southeast, just keep doing what you're doing. And honestly, if you're the Southeast coach, hey, just watch what you're doing. As long as we get ahead in the count, we're fine.
Sulo having a tough time finding the strike zone, and as he misses again, that one a pass ball. Pressed Brearley, and Toon will take second on that one.
Yeah, really having a hard time just trying to catch the ball. As the New England coach is going to come out and talk to his pitcher. And if I'm the New England coach, I'm going to talk to the ump and be like, hey, I don't know if we can actually do this.
And it's really interesting here. All these players are battling the elements. I really have a lot of respect for the pitchers right now. Having to deal with all these wet baseballs and having to throw it across the diamond and all that. It's impressive when you can really find a groove, especially in these kind of conditions. So it really kind of brings out the best in each of and every player here.
Did you like playing in the rain?
You know, early in my
I
career...
mean, you're a pitcher, so it's different.
Early in my career, I had the toughest time with it. It's so tough to grip a ball, especially at a younger age when you have smaller hands, and it's really tough to kind of maybe get around it and really kind of command the zone. Later on, throughout high school, I kind of got used to it. As you start to play more games and get that experience, it does get a little easier. I will give you that.
I just kind of sat in right field.
And Jared was my right fielder. Not quite, but... As Sulo now misses high again now for the count running to 3-0 here with 1 out. So Aiden Foster looking to do some damage here with a runner in scoring position. As he'll just leave the bat on his shoulders and watch that strike go by.
And also, I wouldn't be surprised if the take sign is on again.
And we will see here with the delivery by Sulo. A big swing and a miss. Aiden Foster now going to have to work with a 3-2 count here with 1 out. Sulo, one more strike, can get the second out of this inning, and which will be a big second out if he can do so. That ball low in the other's batter's box. Advancing from second to third is Toon. So runners at the corners here with 1 out in the bottom half of the first inning.
Next up,
The
number
Southeast
5,
team is still threatening.
Colin 5 Fields.
Colin Feltz now the 5th hitter up in this inning for the Southeast team. They'll look to drive in a run from third. As that one's just foul, tipped right back. And the count will go to 0-1. The 0-1 delivery by Sulo. That's a foul ball off to the right side, hitting the fence.
Jason, one more. Yeah.
So a rare 0-2 count, especially within this weather. Sulo looking if he can get the second out of the inning on his own right here. A swing and yet another foul ball, so hanging in there tough is Feltz.
Yeah, Feltz doing a great job. Runners on the corner. You definitely want some more insurance runs, at least one more out of this.
Sulo just trying to keep the ball dry with another 0-2 count. Ground ball right back to him. He won't look the runner back, and a high throw, an errant first base throw. As all runners will advance, 1 run will score, and stopping at third will be Foster.
Next up,
So
your
Feltz
second baseman,
on the dribbler
number
back to
8,
the pitcher. Overthrows the first baseman and record that another run for the Southeast squad.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one for New England because I gotta think that without the rain, this is probably a different story. And Southeast will probably start running into problems too of it's just hard to grip the ball in the infield. It's just muddy. It's just wet. You're gonna make some errant throws.
So runners on second and third here for the Southeast team. Taking ball up high and a wild pitch. And a log jam between second and third base, but no play will be made to get those guys out.
Get there, Mike. Way to get there. Good job, Mike.
So it looked like that was Toon coming halfway down the third base line and turns 180 degrees and retreats right back to third base on that wild pitch there from Sulo. And again, up high, taken for ball 2. I mean, these elements, they're not easy to play in out here.
They're not, and honestly, that's going to be the story for probably this game, the next game, and probably tomorrow if the Weather Channel is correct.
So Brooks Johnson, of course, up to bat here with the count at 2-0. He's really going to be looking for his pitch here against Sulo. Here with 1 out in the first inning, as he'll watch that one low.
Go, Jason.
The rain really not letting up many parts of today. After, of course, that hour and 40-minute rain delay, lightning delay, excuse me, really, of last game. Play will continue. So really the story for New England has been throwing strikes, especially in this wet weather. So Sulo now back with it. The count going to 3-1. Here with the delivery once again. And he'll catch a corner on the outside. Feltz and Foster on second and third in that order. A base hit scores 1, maybe 2.
Go, Jason.
Delivery and a big swing and a miss there.
That's a big time strikeout that New England desperately needed.
Your pitcher.
And hopefully,
Number 9.
as this game goes on, yeah, it sucks you down 2-0, but that strikeout gives you some momentum and some confidence to go and attack these batters.
So Barker now in the box, the big righty for the South Atlantic team.
There you go, Jason. There you go.
Asulo now trying to command the zone. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning, Southeast team currently leads at 2-0. It's 1-1.
Stop, Mike. Get this out now, Sulo. Here we go now.
Play high, Jason.
So Sulu here with the 1-1. The Barker and a big swing and miss right there on the inside half of the plate. Definitely a good pitcher's pitch there.
Got it, Jason. Get here, buddy.
Go, Sulo.
So Ryan Barker,
Here you go, Jason.
nicknamed Duct Tape, who's handling the pitching duties today. Takes ball high. As Sulo will record his second straight strikeout of the inning, but he will surrender 2 on 1 hit. So that'll send us to the top half of the second inning. We'll be
Number
right back
24,
after this
Jason
short break.
Sulo pitch count is 30.
World Series. It's New England and Southeast. Southeast currently commanding a 2-0 lead in the top of this second inning. Asula will lead things off here, and a big cut, swing and a miss there. As Barker pounding the zone early in this game.
Keep your head still.
So the 0-1 pitch on its way. That one looked at outside for ball 1.
And let's see how Barker can kind of battle the elements here.
Ready, Jason.
So Barker with the 1-1. Foul ball to the right side, and that one will trickle out of play for Sulo.
You gotta get that ball out in front, Jason. Start sooner.
So Sulo, the 5-hole hitter here for the New England team.
Go, Jason.
They're currently down by 2 with a lot of time left in this game.
There you go.
Now in a big rip down this foul along the third base line. So Barker doing a great job of filling up the zone here, especially battling these elements as a pitcher.
Take it up out of his hand.
And that one just bouncing right in front of home plate there. It's really been a story that we've seen today. A lot of these baseballs, pitches that are being thrown are either bouncing right in front of home plate or they're just way above the heads.
Yeah, and you see Barker right there having a tough time. There's just mud all on his cleats. He's not able to throw off the mound very well. Yeah, you see him right there again, just digging his cleats into the mound. He has nothing.
And that's a good observation right there, because I know, I mean, when you really don't have much grip with your landing foot, it's really easy to slip, and of course, you really can't command any of your pitches when that happens.
Yeah, there's no way to clean your cleats out there, so you saw him kind of step out to the grass and just clean his cleats the best as possible.
And especially at this age with these rubber cleats, they're not metal, so it's going to be even tougher for these kids. So Sulo digging in for the 3-2 delivery here from Barker. Barker has his sign, pitch on the way. Swing to the left side, Phelps will field it at third, and the peg over to first in time there. Recording the first out of the inning there for the Southeast team. As this game really continues, I'll be interested to see how the infield grass will start to play a factor as the ball rolls along into any of these fielders, whether they can actually get a grip on the ball or not. So it'll be interesting here as water starts to begin to soak into the leather here. As Boyd, now the new batter, big strike on the upper half of the plate.
My bigger question is, will there even be any dirt on that mound? It will probably won't even be a mound by the end of this game. As we'll be looking at one of our pitcher circles on a pitcher's mound.
So Chris Boyd Jr. for the New England team. Running the count now to 1-1 here with 1 out in the top half of this second inning. The 1-1. Big swing and a miss on the inside half the plate. Barker again, a good pitcher's pitch from left to right in the outfield is Papa, Fournier, and Smith. On the infield, starting at third base is Phelps, Foster, Johnson, and Toon. Of course, Barker pitching and Free doing the catching duties. As that was a fastball high and hitting the umpire, so the count will now be 1-2. Or 2-2, excuse me. Delivery on its way, and a fastball on the inside half the plate. A big strikeout there for the second out of this inning.
All right, here we go, Michael. Get it started.
Ryan Barker threw 1 2/3 so far, sitting at 28 pitches and 2 strikeouts on the day. With Brearley, the leadoff hitter, now back at the top of the order here. Or excuse me, no, this is the 7-hole hitter. Michael Brearley for the New England team. She'll take ball too high once again here with 2 outs. New England looking for base runners here in this game.
Yeah, not only that, you got to think about how they're going to go out there in the bottom of the second inning and already had a long first inning. And you don't want Southeast to score any more runs.
All right, Michael, it's got to be perfect.
Here we go, Mikey.
So with the 2-0 count here, we'll see if Brearley has the green light here. And that one really wasn't even close, so the count now going to 3-0.
Yeah, and I
Barker's
think
starting to lose a little bit of command here.
I think we're starting to see Barker be out in the rain a little bit too long, ball bouncing around everywhere, and that mound's starting to become an issue as well.
Has not had many base runners this game, so he's been able to work out of the windup a lot. But that's not the case here, as Michael Brearley will take his base on balls.
Good go, Jacob.
Jacob. Next
So
up,
Jacob Carullo.
number 23, Jake the Snake Carullo.
Son of head coach Joe Carullo. We'll see if he can get another job done here. A big swing and a miss. As Barker grinds that fastball right down the middle. The 0-1 delivery. That one taken low in a similar spot as many. And taking second base will be Brearley, the so not in time. So you could probably mark that as my guess would be a pass ball there. The ball just getting a little bit away from the catcher. And the grounds crew has done a great job thus far coming out to just kind of fix up the mound a little bit. They've noticed that Barker is really kind of having a tough place and tough time getting his footing out there.
Yeah, so establishing time and looking to pour some dirt out there and just do their best to keep that mound as best as possible. So I guess there will be a mound throughout the game. As, I mean, look how much dirt is pretty much drug out in front of the mound. I mean, it's crazy out there right now.
The mound has definitely dropped about an inch or two, I would say. I mean, there's a lot of dirt that's now missing from there. It used to be a little higher at the beginning of today. And you really have to think, I mean, it's really smart to kind of get these grounds crew gentlemen out here. Why? For fixing the mound, not only does it solve control issues, but again, it's a safety thing. Because, I mean, if you really don't have a soft footing, it might be really tough. So, of course, just to kind of take you through what this game's been through so far, we're in the top of the second inning. It's a 2-0 ball game. Southeast scoring 2 in the bottom half of the first inning.
Let me give you an update of what's going on in the field behind us. Alabama and Idaho, the two other teams in this group. Alabama, who's already leading the group 2-0, has a commanding 5-0 lead over Idaho. So if Alabama continues to do what they do and get a big win, scoring 5 runs at the top of the first, and New England can find a way to come through with a big win as well, New England will get that 2 seed over Idaho.
And that's given that they do win this game? Is that given that they do win this game?
Yes.
All right. And it looks like dirt's being put all over the infield as well. The rain is taking its toll here today, as it did on Monday, like you said. Not Monday, Friday.
As the ground crew is just going to continue to work on this field and just try to do the best they can with all the kind of dead spots around the field, and just, it's tough.
So when play resumes, it'll be Jacob Carullo, son of head coach Joe Carullo.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, giving him a round of applause.
Currently here with a 1-1 count and 2 outs. So, of course, it'll be Ryan Barker to see if he can finish off this second inning with a runner on second base and Brearley. Still working from the windup. And that'll be a strike grooved on the outside third of the plate there. So a 1-2 count, right back in this thing is Barker. After a little bit of grounds crew maintenance, it looks like that might have done the trick. A 2-seam fastball taken down low from Carullo. Deuce is wild, as you like to say, Jared. 2-2-2, second inning, 2-0, and a big swing and a miss there from Carullo, so Barker will get out of the inning unscathed. It's currently 2-0, as we'll be heading in the bottom half of the second inning, but we're going to be keeping it right here. Jared, if you want to be giving us another scoreboard update about the game on field 2.
Well, Alabama was finally stopped in the top of the fifth, as Idaho will take over in the bottom of the first and just try to do the same thing that they're doing there. Once again, Alabama with that commanding lead in the group. A win over there will push Alabama to 3-0 in the group. They'll win the group and be the 1 seed. And Idaho fall to 1 and 2. And for New England, if they can get a win and go to 2-1, they'll lock up the 2 seed. But Southeast is trying to do their best of just trying to get a win, as they don't want to go into bracket play with a big old goose egg in the win column. That's kind of the name of the game. It doesn't really matter what your record is. Yeah, your record will determine where you're playing bracket play. But if you got some momentum going into bracket play, it should do you well.
So it looks like Jason Sula will come out here for the bottom half of the second inning once again. He surrendered 2 in the first and only gave up 1 hit with 1 error allowed. So it's really been a matter of what pitchers can throw strikes and how often can they do it. It's that team who will be victorious.
Dump!
Just to give you some idea of some games that may or may not be happening later today.
Give me 2 brand new dry rosin bags. I'm going to give each team 1 they're responsible for. They're not getting anything out of that. Just get 2 of the little
Later today, Phenix City is supposed to be taking on New Jersey on this field. The game will be broadcast here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live, as well as the Midwest Plains taking on Indiana later today as well. Some games that went final today: Connecticut beating Pacific Northwest 11-4, Southwest defeating California 6-5, Ohio Valley defeating North Carolina 3-2, and Pacific Southwest defeating Middle Atlantic 11-1.
So due up for the Southeast team will be Connor Pappas, Neil Smith, and then back to the top of the order for John Fournier to round things out here.
For Rockville,
in the
your
bottom
left
half of this
fielder,
second inning.
number 11, Connor Fancy Pappas.
And the tough thing now is that the rain's starting to come down a little bit harder. So you got to think what's the breaking point right now for a lot of these games going on, and just to pack it up and say, hey, let's do this early in the morning tomorrow.
And really, which is no fun for any of these kids. I mean,
No,
if
it's
you're
no
10
fun
years
at all.
old- If you're 10 years old, heck, if you're 20 years old, you don't want to be waking up that early.
That's true. No fun at all. But what's also not fun is a couple of injuries that may happen because of the field conditions. I mean, all it takes is for a pitcher to slip and fall and twist an ankle, and we got a player down.
So Sulo now with the 0-1 delivery after a good first pitch fastball. Gets the call there, but now running the count back to 1-1. It's Connor Pappas up at bat. So Sulo now at the 1-1. He'll have that ball sail way too far inside there for ball 2. The rain's coming down ever so slightly, much harder now.
You're right in the line of fire.
Sulo with the 2-1. Ball taken high.
And control still definitely being an issue right now.
It's honestly whether you can keep that ball dry or not. It's tough to pitch with a baseball that's been soaked with water. And it kind of looks like he's having to slow his mechanics down just a little bit to try and find the strike zone.
Aiden, if we're being honest right now, there is a pool of water
Next
at
up,
home
your
plate.
right fielder, number
Home
2,
plate is now
Neil
becoming a bowl of
Lefty
soup.
Smith.
A nice mixture of rosin, dirt, and water. Sounds pretty tasty right now. Not quite. As Nate Smith now will dig into the box here. Neil Smith, of course, the 9-hole hitter, so we'll be back at the top of the order after him. Currently 1 man on. That's Pappas at first as he walked on 5 pitches. Ball taken low. And as soon as that ball hits the mud or any way, shape, or form, it just gets absolutely soaked.
Yeah, there's no more dirt here. It's just all mud.
As we just persist on with these games. This is the 5th and 6th game of the day here on fields 1 and 2 in Phenix City, Alabama, in this Cal Ripken 10 and under World Series.
Hey, Blue, how about a rain delay? Jeez.
So the rain will persist, and it's currently 2-1. Connor Pappas at first. Here, if this rosin bag can actually provide any sort of assistance in finding Sulo's command. Because I don't think this is like him. Usually when you send a pitcher out there, it's mostly strikes. I mean, especially at this age, you're not accustomed to seeing someone miss their spots this badly, especially in this kind of weather.
I mean, I don't know what you expect at this point, to be quite honest.
Hey, Barry, I
It
need
looks
some
like the teams
stay
are
dry out
being
here.
called in. The umpire's requesting some dirt for the field. Yeah, there are some puddles beginning to form here and we'll be going to yet another rain delay. So stay tuned. It's currently 2-0. The Southeast team currently holds the lead against this New England squad. Of course, there's only been one hit in this entire game. To be quite honest with you, that makes so much sense with how many walks have been given out. Currently, the stat line for Jason Sulo, he's right now through an inning at 49 pitches, allowed 2 runs, one of them earned.
Let's see if we can flex seal this.
Delivered
field.
5 walks and 2 strikeouts. As on the other side of the ball, it's Ryan Barker who's through 2 innings, 41 pitches, allowing 1
We'd like
hit
to welcome you to
and
beautiful
striking
Phoenix
out
City,
4, well,
one of the
only
best little
allowing
towns
1 walk. So
west of the Chattahoochee River.
we will see if this rain will continue or not, and whether the rest of this game will be played today or any other. So it's a big unknown, as we will be sending it to a rain delay
Edge Country Cooking.
at the Cal Ripken Kentucky
Country
World Series,
Cooking.
as
Barbecue.
we'll be sending it to a long commercial. All right, guys, you can send it.
Oh, it's everything. I mean, everybody in this room has dedicated their entire spring and summer to this team for this moment. So, you know, it's remarkable. You win New England's, and then all of a sudden it's, you know, hurry up and plan a trip to Alabama. And we have 13 kids, 13 families that are here. It's a remarkable commitment, and super proud of this group.
I can't speak enough for these parents. I mean, starting from last year, 2-hour drives to games all through the spring. I mean, we travel all over New England to play in AAU tournaments. I can't speak enough about them, so thank you, parents.
And in springtime, we also play within town, which is, it's nice that we all compete against each other, but there's always that fun-loving, joking, you know, camaraderie that they have, even though they're on other teams. And then it's just nice as we come into summertime that they all just start to gel together and we get the group, and it really becomes a great team rather than just individuals. So it's been nice.
Oh, it's hot. It's hot and humid, but past week up in New England, we're from Windham, New Hampshire. It's been mid-90s as well. Down here, just a little bit more humidity, but you know, we have a strong group of boys. They'll handle it.
So we definitely appreciate all the parents' help and all the community help. We've had a lot of sponsors to get here. You know, it's a lot of work getting these guys. So hats off to the community. They really got behind these boys. You know, we're sitting here together. We've all been doing this T-ball together. Really good friends, hang out outside of baseball. It's more of a family than it is anything else.
I think it's a very talented group. So like Coach Sean said a little bit, when one guy doesn't step up, there's always somebody right behind him. It's not like one guy, 2 guys, 3 guys has to carry the load. There's 12 guys who have all contributed, whether it's pitching, hitting, defense, stealing bases. It's a really talented team. So it's been really fun to watch.
It feels great. I mean, we've been working for the World Series since February, and this has been our dream to get here, and it's been awesome being in the World Series.
The team has very much been intact, in fact, in many ways, since they were 8 years old. and we've gotten better and progressed and improved each year. Last year we made it to the World Series, but we were second in the region. This year we were able to win our district, win states, and win the region as well. So very proud to be here and kind of build on those experiences. We have many quiet leaders on this team, and we have some very loud vocal leaders. And truly they each take a moment to step up and rise to the occasion. I think one of the things that I will be most proud of was part of the state tournament. The team actually was recognized for the Sportsmanship Award. So I think it's a testament to their character both on and off the field.
I will say that it's been an absolute just joy working with the kids and getting to know the families and the parents, and it's been something really special, and we've known them for a long time, but this year has been that much more, just kind of earning our way each and every day, and winning that region this time. So that was fun.
Yeah, we like to say Rockville rolls deep. I mean, you guys obviously can't see it on the camera, but we got a huge fan base here behind us. They travel wherever we go, and they are loud and they are proud about what they do, and they're supporting this team. Beyond that, the community's been fantastic. I mean, we'll drive down the road and you'll see our picture on a church banner. The families have rallied around, helped with car washes and raising funds and things of that nature. So it's been really exciting to see that and feel that. And I'll tell you, we also had a really cool moment. Some of us flew down here. When we got on the plane and we sat down, the pilot actually, before we took off, said we'd like to welcome the Rockville team. They're headed to the World Series, and everybody on the plane clapped. That was kind of a cool experience as well.
Listen, the dedication that these parents have put towards this team day in and day out, and the sacrifices that they've made for their boys to be here today is not gone unnoticed at all. We know there's a lot that goes into it, not just monetarily by any means. The time-wise, it's a lot. But the kids are dedicated, the parents are just as dedicated, if not more so. So it's not unnoticed, and it's much appreciated.
These boys behind you are all great athletes, really very good in other sports. So that has been helped that drive and that their performances. They play a lot of sports, and they know it hard work, they know dedication, and we do it. We do it 9 months out of the year. We play in the most competitive tournaments in the Northeast, so they're prepared. They've accepted these challenges, and that's why they're here. And a heck of a job. Year after year, these last 4 or 5 years, these kids have really put in a lot of time, effort. Their families have done the same, and we're ready. We're ready for this challenge. It's starting tomorrow, so I think we're prepared.
Again, we said 16 teams in the country get to come out here as 10-year-olds. We've done a lot of tournaments. We've done a lot of, you guys probably all know the way baseball works these days with these weekend tournaments and this and that. But this is really something that they got a challenge to play for. Something that not every kid can just go out and pay the fees and enter a tournament. This is something they were rewarded with for the work they've done, and I think they're all excited. I'm just happy for them to get this opportunity. Again, just to be here, go through the whole week, meet the other kids, spend time with their families, travel. It's something that they're all going to look back on years from now and probably really cherish this experience. So I'm excited for them and their families. So.
The last pitch went through and got that last out was Coach Chris came to me and said, that's why we went through what we went through, and this is why we're here. It's a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and it culminated in that win, which was a great feeling, not just for us, but for the boys more so. It was to see them celebrating the win was such a fantastic thing. It gives you goosebumps to see it. You say it time and time again, they're at that point 9, and now they're 10, but not always about the wins and losses. It's about developing, getting better, and to see that and see them enjoy that and get to enjoy that was great, and a great feeling. I had goosebumps.
Well, I think every single one of these young men are a leader, and we have awesome parents, and we have usually this many or more show up, and that starts with the parents, and it's just handed down, and these kids they feel the love from them, and they want to be leaders on and off the field. So it's spreads to these young guys here?
A big thing for us is a lot of these guys have brothers that have played in World Series or regional tournaments and things like that, and families are totally invested in our success, in our team throughout West Fargo baseball, throughout our organization, and they see that success and they are striving for that to maybe even one up the next team, or something like that. So they see that success, they want it, and they have put in the work to go and get it. So.
Well, we started out in the gym, of course. It's cold in March up in North Dakota, and we were throwing balls around the gym, and they're great athletes, but when you first start out, everybody knows things don't go our way, and the balls were hitting the bleachers, and now we're snapping the leather, and the ping of the bat is a beautiful sound with these guys swinging it.
Yeah, I want to get out there and have fun, just knowing that you're not going to win every game here, and there's a lot of tough teams, so you shouldn't show that. You shouldn't show mad emotions just because not everyone gets to be here, and it's something that it's almost a once in a lifetime opportunity.
We're really excited to get to play in our backyard. Last year we went to the World Series and had to make quite the trip to get there. So being able to be here at home and play in front of our family and fans, it's pretty exciting. So kids have worked really hard, and we're just ready to start playing. Last year being able to play in a World Series, we told the kids it could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get to turn around and do it again, and then do it at home, where you can play in front of those family and friends and other kids that you play with or against. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So I don't think anybody's taking it for granted, for sure.
The game's fun. They're 10 years old. This is the funnest time of their life. They'll look back, and this will be one of their funnest moments at competing in the game of baseball. So you try to just make it simple. They pick each other up, they play hard, and they have fun. That's three basic things that we try to do. And winning and losing, you're going to do both. And so you try not to harp on either one of them too much.
You do, and most of these guys we've been playing for 4 years together. So it's a good group of kids. I admire them because like Coach Matt said, I promise you, we send these kids, they're not in high school, but they practice like high school kids. We send them through a high school practice, and they've developed the habits, and I think that's one of the attributes to where we at today, is that they know how to play the game. And so, right now, we're just looking forward to Thursday and going out there and representing Phenix City the best we can.
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity of a lifetime for our boys to be able to come here to Phenix City and be a part of a tournament, a World Series tournament with teams from all over the country. I think they would all probably agree that this is a pretty epic experience, right, guys? And getting through a regional to make it to the World Series is incredibly difficult. There's so many talented ball players and organizations from all over the country, and specifically from the Southeast. There's just so much really good baseball and really good baseball players. To try to make it through that is really special, and to see our boys accomplish that was pretty awesome. So on the back of our practice jerseys, our boys have 4 words that we live by, right? What are they, coaches? Virtuosity. Virtuosity means doing the common thing in an uncommon way. And so that's just from the way that we treat umpires, the way we treat other fans, the way we step on the field, the way we do our drills. And then what are the other ones, fellas? Others first. Which means others first.
Play hard.
Play hard. And what's the last one, boys? Have fun. Yeah, virtuosity, others first, play hard, have fun. These boys, for the most part, have been together for the summer, for the last few summers. And so, we learn to just love one another well. We learn to fight well. I mean, there's a lot of, just ins and outs. When you're around somebody, sweating with somebody all the time, you get grumpy, you get tired. But, I think our team our families have really gelled together as a unit to make this a really special opportunity for these kids. But more than anything, when you look back at the journey that we've been through, I think that these kids, these families will have memories that will connect them for a lifetime and friendships that will connect them for a lifetime.
Here as coaches, we're excited for the kids. It's the experience of a lifetime, and we're grateful to be here. So it's something we're looking forward to. You know, we have a pretty good tight group. We're all from the same community, so we're not an all-star team. We all live basically in the same neighborhood, so it's a big accomplishment for us. And the longer the season progresses, the tighter the group gets, and they're starting to learn each other, feel for each other, and it translates into the field. So a lot of that stuff helps out.
It's pretty much been said. The boys have come together a lot lately. We've seen a big improvement in them, like you said, finding each other and realizing where they're going to be on the field and being together as a team. And it was a struggle throughout the year to get them. That was one of our main goals. Athletically, they're there. They play well. They're tough. One of the things that we really tried to work on throughout the year was getting them to be more of a team, be more together, so that they could make things work out together. When you're together, it works out better.
You know, everybody needs to take charge out there. Everybody needs to be a leader. It's not also only just on the field, but also it's, you know, something they can do as a person outside of the field. And you know, the teaching lessons is not just for baseball, but it's also the outside world, to be leaders in community and you know, to be someone to people to look up to. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've had some adversity, that's for sure. Through our district and state tournament, we lost a couple kids actually through our state tournament, so losing players and then coming back, bouncing back into the regional and winning it. And we're 13-0 so far in All-Stars, so we haven't had a real big up and down, like losing and stuff, but definitely some adversity. It's brought our group together quite a bit. We do a lot of things off the field together. We do a lot of pool parties and those type things, so a couple of the kids kind of stepped up a little bit and taken on some roles that they weren't in normally. So we've done a real good job so far.
As far as like just the way the makeup of our team is, I mean, so these boys have been playing together for a long time, and then they played in like a little league together, and then just the best collective group from the kids from the little league. So they had to battle to get here, first of all, as far as making the all-star team, and then just getting past the district, region, and state, just like Coach Wayne said. But it's been a good ride. It's been a wild ride, and like you said, never thought we'd make it this far, but definitely glad to be here.
I like our chances. We're here to win, so that's just all there is to it.
It's surreal for us. We had some goals, and we're starting to. We attained it in the districts. We won the states. We won our regional up in near Niagara Falls, and now we're here in the World Series. And it's thankful for all our parents and everybody that helped us get to this point. So it's surreal. Well, you have to have goals to begin with. You have to attain goals and meet those goals, meet those expectations, and go forward and keep setting goals for yourselves and your teams, whether it's individual or as a team. So we keep pressing these kids. They understand. They're bought into why we're here. They're excited. There's time for fun and there's time for business, and I think we're on the right path for that. Everybody, it's just a strong, loving bond that we have. I mean, it's a tight-knit team. The friendships that they established are great. It's lifelong, and we're building lifelong memories for all of us. And the siblings, the parents, the grandparents, and our whole town has bought in and grasped and loved us just like a family. The weather is hot. We did have a heat wave up north, and so but there's a different heat going on here. I could feel that. You know, we do have 3 o'clock games, so we're going to practice today, see how, keep them hydrated, keep it light, and I think we'll be okay.
It's great. We've been working on this for several years to get to this point, and actually last year Phenix City knocked us out of the U9 in the championship game. So kids came back more determined than ever to make it to the World Series this year, and they did a tremendous job. And so we're here, and we couldn't be more proud of the parents, coaches, the community, support, and absolutely the kids. It's the World Series, so it's 16 teams. You know, anything can go. Pitching's going to have a lot to do with it. We have a lot of good pitching, but once again, you're playing. This is the cream of the crop, elite throughout the whole country. So you know, it's up to the boys. You know, we can only get them so far, like we tell them, and then they got to take it the rest of the way. You know, this group of kids have been playing together about 3 years, so they're a tight-knit group. They play hard together. They are always together playing. If it's not baseball, they're in the pool playing wiffle ball, chasing rabbits. I mean, they're just, you know, they don't have a lot of obstacles. I mean, on the field, you know, if the game doesn't go their way, you know, they can get down a little bit, but they usually bounce back pretty well. You know, they've been playing a good bit of competitive baseball for the last 2 to 3 years.
We're proud of them. We're proud of, you know, kids, parents, coaches, everybody. Everybody's put in a lot of work. It's been hot. Of course, it's been hot here. You know how it is. So, I mean, everybody's ready to do work and win the whole thing. That's what we're here for.
Well, we're one of the teams that won our regional last year for 2018. So we're representing California, which last year we won the Pacific Southwest Regional in Bakersfield, California. So that's why we didn't have to play in any of the tournament trails this year.
I think the boys are ready to go. I mean, they've been playing. They've been together for a little while. They've been playing. It's like we told them earlier. You know, when you're playing California baseball, you know, you tend to face a lot of good competition, and these boys have been battle tested, and they're ready to go. So hopefully the weather's in our favor. I hear there's some rain in the forecast, but hopefully it just passes us by and let us do our thing here in Alabama.
They're special. Each and every one of them. They've grown in my heart over the last couple years, and this last year it's been exciting to see what this brings this week, and we're ready to play some baseball. Well, I think from age 9 to 10 there's a big change in their maturity. So it's exciting to see them play on the field together as a team. We're excited to get this going.
These boys have finished their all-star season
To Phenix City, Alabama, after a 27-minute rain delay or weather delay per se, the sun is now starting to peek out, and currently we have New England and Southeast here in the bottom of the second inning. Southeast currently on top 2-0 after scoring two in the first inning, excuse me. As of course now back out on the mound for Southeast will be Ryan Barker, and for New England, Jason Sulo. So Sulo now taking his warm-up pitches. And just kind of interesting, talk us through us kind of what's happened, not only in this game, but just today as a whole, Jared.
It's been wet. There's been that, a lot of mud, and a lot of situations where the ball just gets away from players. We've seen a lot of errors, especially in that last game with Ohio Valley. Ohio Valley had 4 errors and was still able to come away with a win. We've seen a lot of just miscues and misplays here. So it's getting a little bit dry. The rain has stopped, so hopefully we can see some good, clean baseball right here as Southeast is trying to get their first win in all of pool play coming up.
So, of course, coming up in the bottom half of the inning for Southeast will be the top of the lineup for John Fournier, then Luke Fry, and Hudson Toon if it gets that far here with no outs. So, of course, it will here with 2 runners on. The runner on first is Smith, and then Pappas on second. So thank you once again. I'm Aiden Kowalski alongside me, my color partner, Jared Dillard. You're listening to the CTVBeam 7 and YouTube Live on this Cal Ripken 10U World Series broadcast on day 3 of pool play. The final day pool play before bracket play, as Fournier in the plate will take ball 1. So Sulo now with hopefully a drier baseball, seeing him if he can get back into counts here. And he's kind of letting up right back to where he used to be. So now 2-0, seeing if Sulo can get right back in this thing here with no outs in the bottom of the second inning.
And the first time in a long time, the ball's in the dirt, and I actually saw dirt pop up instead of mud or water or muck.
So Fournier with the 2-0 count, delivery on its way, bunt attempt, and that one fouled to the backstop. An interesting call there. Maybe wanted to put it against the right side to see if he can not only advance the runners, but then kind of catch the defense by surprise and get himself a base hit out of it.
Yeah, it'll be important for the shortstop to look to cover third base if it is going to come to that direction on a bunt.
So from the windup is Sulo. Pitch on its way again, down to the dirt, and the runners will advance. Pappas to second, Smith to third. So, of course, the top of the lineup ever so dangerous with no outs here. Fournier nicknamed Wheels. With the 3-1 on its way. That one fouled back. It's now 3-2.
And Priscilla just trying to find any way possible to get out of this jam right now. With no outs, a big strikeout here can do wonders.
So here's the 3-2. Swing and again another foul ball. We've seen this all day. Southeast doing a great job of fighting off 2-strike pitches.
Yeah, they're doing just a tremendous job of just protecting the plate and having quality at bats.
So let's do it over again, 3-2. And again, a foul ball. So it's amazing when Sulo really wants to get back in throwing strikes. The Southeast hitters are really not going to let him.
Well, it does help to have some dry baseballs out there.
So here again. And that ball will be taken just outside. The umpire did not give that one to him, as the bases will now be juiced.
Their catcher, number 22.
For the 2-hitter, Luke Fry.
They like to call him Small Fry, but we like to call him the Big Kahuna. Luke Fry.
The PA announcers here, of course, in this tournament, top notch. I love them. If you could hear that. So Luke Fry now. Taking that one there with the bases loaded. Nowhere to put him. So definitely a good first pitch there from Sulo. Southeast still with no hits. That one taken low for ball 1. It's 1-1 with still no outs. The bases loaded. Fournier on first, Smith on second, and Pappas on third. Just looking to get any insurance runs here early in this game in the second inning. And there, a line drive up the middle for the first hit of the game. It looks like 2 runs will score. Bobbled by Honor, the center fielder. The throw home will be not in time on the 1-hop to the catcher. So a 2-run double for Luke Fry.
Just a great piece of hitting, line drive right back up the middle. And it's just solid hitting by Southeast so far. And as we said in the broadcast earlier, Southeast always starts strong. It's the way they finish which has caused them trouble in pull play. So the strong innings will continue, but for Southeast, they just got to keep it going and keep going.
You want to know the crazy stat about this game so far? That was only the second hit of this entire game, and that was the first hit, surprisingly, by the Southeast team. They've really just been getting most of their runs by walks and pass balls. It looks like there will be some switches at the catcher position and the pitcher. With this little break in the action, we just want to give a shout out to Red's Tavern in Windham, New Hampshire. Emphasis on the ham.
Great. Now you made a couple of friends in New Hampshire.
Down here in Alabama, they're awfully friendly here. They're wondering why you're not down here, but enjoy yourself there at Red's Tavern. Is Jason Sulo now coming into pitch for the New England squad will be Michael Drearley. Sulo with 1 inning of work, leaving 2 men on here.
Number 7, Hudson.
So instead of messing with Hudson, too,
Next
it'll
up,
be Aiden
your
Foster as they
shortstop,
intentionally
number
walk
13,
him. So the base is loaded now.
1-3, Foster.
A big jam that Michael Drearley is going to have to get his team out of here. In the bottom of the 2nd inning, currently the Southeast squad up 4-0. So the first pitch on its way high and in from Drearley.
Yeah, it's just an all-around tough situation for everybody involved. As bases loaded, Southeast has been doing a great piece of hitting, and most importantly, there's no outs.
And there's a strike on the outside half the plate there for Drearley. It's 1-1 here with no outs. Bases are loaded. Foster looking to do some damage. Fastball up high for strike 2. And of course a big cut there from Foster. Not looking to go down quietly. Pitch on its way, fouled off. Just got a piece of that. And that one hitting the scorer's booth. As you can hear that one rattle in the background. It's 1-2. Again, this has been a day full of rain and fun for us. And a big swing and a miss there from Foster. Drearley records his first out by strikeout.
Big job of Burley
Next
coming
up,
in, getting that
we
first
have
out.
your third baseman.
Well, now with the
number
double play
5,
in effect.
Colin. High five.
So look to see him try